All right, I really don't know what to say because this is kind of spontaneous, but I did want to share something about all these tragedies that have happened, and that's what they are. They're tragedies. Um, I think people need to take a deep breath, and I think they need to think about who they are. We're not tons of different races. The whole concept of race has to do uh, all the way back to the Tower of Babel because of sin. We're one race. We're the human race, and we need to treat each other with love. And I just want to say this from the outset to both sides or any side of this whole issue that's been going on as far as Dallas and Baton Rouge and Minnesota, and now we're hearing of a police officer who was called to a scene and he was tricked into coming there and shot by the person that called him. Anybody on any side of this needs to realize that there will never, ever be any peace until Jesus Christ is the one seated at the conference table. You just need to know that whatever side you're on, we need to start talking about things that unite us and not things that divide us. For those folks who are my friends that don't believe anybody should have a gun, you just need to table that for a moment, stop talking about that because those are issues that divide us. For those of my other friends that think that, because of what's happened, all of us need to go out now and build a fortress around our home and buy thousands of guns, we need to table that kind of discussion right now too. What we need to be focused on is loving people and really letting them know the love of Christ. The scripture teaches that we are to obey our governing authorities. And I may not know how to say this right, but just think with me. Police, some of us don't like the police. Well, that's wrong. God has placed the police as governing authorities over us. You can read Romans 13, and you can read many of scripture passages from Paul's epistles that tell us that if we're unjustly punished for doing good, it doesn't say we go out and kill people and we go out and riot and we do all these kind of things that really are nothing more than return hate for hate. We don't do that. What it says is we suffer as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. And when we do that, we will be blessed and God will take care of these situations. So if you feel like you're suffering for doing right, then you should count it all joy that you've been privileged to suffer for Jesus Christ. And the most important thing is that we share the love of Christ. If you want to do something that helps, go to Alton Sterling's children and do something kind for them and show them the love of Christ. If you want to do something kind, go to the Dallas police officers who were brutally slain and murdered in the streets for doing their job, and do something kind. Mow the grass for their widows. Do something for their families. Give to the police fraternal fund that is going to be left trying to figure out what to do for these families. But please stop all this divisive talk. The divisive talk about, people got what they deserved. That just needs to end. What we need to do is do the right thing, no matter what it is. If we're confronted by people of authority, like a police officer, and we don't like what they have to say, then there are ways to go about fixing that. But you don't do it in the middle of when they're trying to arrest you or put you on the ground. If a police officer pulls me over and I don't like the fact that he pulled me over, I'm just going to do what he tells me to do. And so be it. Sad. But if he kills me, then I hope I die for honoring Jesus Christ. But all this other stuff needs to stop. And what we need to do is unite around the love of Christ, love people, reach out, find somebody today, do something nice for them, hug them, love them. The scripture is very clear that it's the love of Christ that turns people. And so let the police investigate in all these things that you may agree or disagree with, and let them handle it, and pray that God will rule and reign, because he is sovereign. He's in control. He will rule and reign. He's not going to let the people that commit crimes in any way, shape, or form go unpunished. Now, you may not see the end result in this life, but God will reign, and he will control the situation. Thank you.